Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Nara, and in this corner of the internet, we love to read. This is our first video of 2026, which is kind of crazy. I cannot believe we are in the year of 2026. That's insane. Anyways, one of my goal in 2026 is to actually follow my TBR that I choose in the beginning of the year. If you've been following in the past couple of months, you know that I've been struggling to keep up with my TBR because I am such a mood reader, but I want to make it a priority to read all the books that I didn't read in 2025 that are already on my physical TBR. And this year is the year that I need to prioritize this because I have over 150 books on my shelf that I did not read yet. And mind you, I read over 100 books in 2025 and over 50 books in 2024. So we need to prioritize the physical TBR in 2026. I'm gonna do my best. Hopefully, we'll succeed. But I thought we could start this year with a new TBR, a fresh one, just to make sure that we are starting on a clean state. So I, of course, have my little TBR jar, which I have like so many prompts in, and we're going to pick up a couple of those, add them to our TBR, and hopefully we get to read those in January. However, one thing that I need to keep in mind in January, precisely in January, because I do have a couple of arcs that I received for the month of January, so those are already going to be on my TBR. The first one being King of Raven by Claire Sager, if I'm not mistaken. Just let me check on my Kindle just so that I'm sure. Yes, King of Ravens. I actually read in January 2025 The Shadows of the Tenebrous Court by Claire Sager. So it is a trilogy with a novella, and I absolutely adored it. So when I saw this e-arc on NetGalley, I immediately had to jump and request it because everything that she writes I need to read. So this is our first book that we're going to read in January. We also have four other books that I need to read because the fourth book, which comes after the novella, is another arc that I received, and that is the fourth book in a Viking series called the Ashen series. I think it is quite known in the book community. The first book being Road of Bone, and the second one is Kingdom of Claws. So I have to read those two, and then there's a little novella that I need to read in between, and I'm going to read the fourth book or the third novel, which is The Ark. So these are the five books I absolutely need to read in January. So I thought we could maybe pick around 4 or 5 prompts just to give us a little challenge. I think that 10 books in 1 month is so feasible for me. I usually read between 8 to 12 books a month. Some months I do read 15, some of them I read 7. So I think 10 is a good mix of them both, and hopefully I get to read them all in January. So let's pick our first book. First prompt. Okay, we have one. A book you've... Oh no. A book you've been avoiding. Oh no, no, no. What book have I been avoiding? Actually, I think what book I should read in January that I have been avoiding, and that is not a bad thing. It doesn't have to be a bad thing, but I think I need to finish an arc that I read in 2025, and that is A Ballad of the Blade. And the reason why I soft DNF'd is that we are following so many different characters in this book, and I am almost like 50% in, and I'm still quite trying to figure out where everything is going to make sense all together. And I'm not gonna lie, some of these characters I forgot. And I was like, you know what? This book is beautifully written. I love the pacing. I love how the story is taking place. It's kind of very gory and very interesting to see all of these point of view. But since we don't know much about these characters, I find myself a little lost sometimes. And so I thought, you know what? I'll just put this book on the side, continue my reading just so that I don't slump, and I'll be back because I loved the book so far. So I think this is going to be the first book that we are going to pick for January 2026. Okay, second prompt. A pink one. A book that recently got trad published. That's actually interesting because I wanted to read The Wolf King by, I need to see who is it by Lauren Palfreyman, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but this book has been such a huge book talk favorite. And you know what? It just got traditionally published like a couple of weeks ago. This book actually took the book community by surprise, and everyone has been raving about this book. The two first books are out. There is a third one that is supposed to be out, I think, either at the end of 2026 or 2027. But with the books being traditionally published, I think it might take a bit more time. But I have been wanting to read this book series for like so long, and I'm so happy I get to pick it up in January. I actually have both The Wolf King and The Night Prince on my shelves. I have the indie version of these books. I will get the traditionally published books, and I might even take the hardcovers because the books that I have are paperbacks, just to have like both of these versions. So yeah, I'm so excited. Hopefully we can even pick The Night Prince. But The Wolf King we are reading in January 2026. That is for sure. Ooh, already two prompts. We just have three left. They're very sticky. This one. Ooh, I have two, but I'll take the opened one. There you go. A book that scares you, length, hype, and genre. Hmm. A book that scares me, either the length, the hype, or the genre. That's interesting because I have so many options, if we're being honest. There's so many books that I've been wanting to read, and I have been waiting for them for the hype to like die down a bit just so that I don't get too excited for them. You know what? I know what I'm gonna read, and I think that I'm going to read Heavenly Bodies by Imani Iriu. I want to read this book because she's actually coming to Montreal, and that is the best excuse. I have been terrified to read this book because I have heard just everyone rave about it, and then one day I was on Goodreads and someone gave it like 1 star, and I was like, but wasn't this book a book that everyone loved? So I got scared and didn't read it. Like I started it, then I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just wait. And then I never got to it again. And so since I'm going to an event with the author, I thought, you know what? I'll just read it and we can chat about it together and see how I like it. So yeah, Heavenly Bodies is our third pick of January. Next book. Ooh, a purple one. Ooh, this one is very sticky. There you go. A book on your TBR you've been avoiding. We are really taking the avoidance into our hands right now. I'm really getting smacked in the face for all the avoidance that I've done in 2025. A book on your TBRs you've been avoiding. Okay, so so one book that I have been avoiding, and the reason why I have been avoiding this book is that someone talked about it on her reading wrap up and basically talked about like a trope about it. But I feel like this trope was kind of like a spoiler because I do not want to know like if something happens that is like a big plot of the story. And so I wanted to read this book in one of the TBRs that I've picked in like the last couple of months. And when I saw this video, I got so mad. I was like, what do you mean you're telling us one of like the biggest plot point of this book? Even though it's a trope, I don't want to know. Like you should have put like a warning or just like letting us know that for the ones that didn't read it or maybe don't want to know too much about it. Spoiler alert, go to this timestamp and just don't listen to what I'm about to say because it might be a spoiler for you even though it's not for me. And so I got pissed. I got pissed. I was supposed to read that book, and I was like, you know what? Forget about it. This book is The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni, which is, if I'm not mistaken, a trilogy. And hopefully I enjoyed this book, even though I got a little bit spoiled. I hope it's not going to affect my rating or my experience with this book. So the fourth book is The Prison Healer. I am just realizing that all the books that I am picking up are the first book in a series, and a new series actually. And I have so many series that are unfinished, so I need to keep in mind that the next month, maybe in February and March, I need to like focus on finishing book series that I am in the middle of. So you will definitely see me read and vlog reading books that I'm in the middle of, because we are like over 15 series that are unfinished, and I need to get those up and running. Okay, so the last book we are going to pick up in January is, oh, a green one. A book with a sword or weapon on the cover. Oh, ooh, I could do that. Okay, I think we are going to read Dire Bound by Sable Sorensen, because there is like a whole sword on the cover, and I actually have the indie version of this book, and I just saw, and I am next on the Libby reservation, so maybe I can even do a immersive read with the audiobook. I've heard the audiobook was really good, so that's really exciting. I also have All of My Mutual Love this book, so I'm really excited to read this book. The second book is actually going to come out in March or April, if I'm not mistaken, which is Furry Bound. So that's really exciting. I will be up to date with that series and ready to read the second one when it comes out. So these are all the books that I am going to read in January. Let me rapid fire together all the books that we're going to read. So first we have The King of Ravens by Claire Sager, which is an arc that I have to read in January. The second book is The Wolf King, and I might squeeze The Night Prince if I have the time. The third book is Heavenly Bodies. Again, I might have the time to squeeze in Fallen Stars, but I'm really excited to read this book series. We also have to read Road of Bone, Kingdom of Claws, Roots of Darkness, and Dawn of the North, which is the arc that I need to read, so I need to go back and read all the three first books. Also, I'm going to be finishing Ballad of the Blade, which is another arc, and we are going to finish the month with Direbound. Okay, this looks like the ultimate reading month. We are starting off with such a banger month. All of these books are absolutely insane, and I just cannot wait to read them. Actually, what I'm gonna do is gonna go and do my little workout. Then I'm gonna take off my makeup and start reading, because it is January 1st, everything is closed, there's nothing else to do. So I suggest you do the same. Thank you so much for watching this video, you guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful start to your year. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so we can grow this family together of feral book readers. We hit actually a couple of days before the end of 2025 my goal of 200 subscribers, which is kind of insane. I set a goal of 8,000 subscribers this year, which would be bunkers, but I would love to count you as a member of this little community, and let me know what you guys are reading in January, so maybe I can pick up this book in February and we can talk about it together. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one, which is my 26th book for 2026. This is already filmed, pre-upload for this Sunday, so I will see you guys on Sunday again, and hopefully we get to see each other more often. I'm gonna try and be more active on this channel, which is super exciting because I love filming these videos for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy them. Happy New Year again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!